Hey guys, Ray from bailbondbidsnow.com. I've been reflecting for a few weeks whenever ICE and Border Patrol did this huge, as I would call it, an invasion in this apartment complex on the outskirts of Chicago. Um, a lot of my family are asking, is that even legal? Is that even right? It's interesting because from what I understand, they basically had two traditional criminal warrants for two units at that apartment complex. And thus they were allowed to basically enter those two units for a traditional arrest warrant from a court without knocking or anything, or without necessarily identifying themselves to the degree that we would expect. Now, apparently they went into every other single unit and literally just broke into those doors and grabbed everybody out. They use the excuse of officer safety, but that is not permitted by the law. Both under federal law and state law, the home is considered a more personal abode, higher right to privacy, so they are not allowed to do that. That is an absolute clear violation of probably, I'm assuming, that state as well as federal law. Now, also, their excuse that they're using is what recently the Supreme Court said, we're calling it the Kavanaugh for Justice Kavanaugh, a Kavanaugh stop, that they're basically allowed to stop anybody that they believe and detain anybody or even arrest them if they have Hispanic qualities or some minority qualities that could be associated with somebody being in the country illegally. Again, that's a far reach. That is not anywhere applicable. And more importantly, how could they even know that if people are inside their adobe? And they're basically trying to extend that to say, oh, it's because we know minorities live in these units. And therefore we have the right, because we're ICE or Border Patrol, to basically go in there to exceeds, number one, that position by Justice Kavanaugh, as we call it, again, a Kavanaugh stop, has changed 70 years of law that basically police and federal authorities can't just discriminate and grab somebody just because of their race or ethnicity or they're in a Hispanic or an African American community. Number two, again, they're not allowed to break into these adobe personal living spaces when there's no reason to, and there's no officer safety issue. So absolutely unconstitutional. This has to stop, because if we don't stop it, this is what happens in China. This is what happens in Russia. And those people didn't push back, and that's where they are now. They're ruled by dictators. All right, hope this helps. Bye-bye.